The very best in classic rock. 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota.
Save more at Hy-Vee. Earn Fuel Saver rewards on over 1,000 items at your Albert Lee Hy-Vee with your Hy-Vee Perks card. Don't have a card? Sign up today. It's free. Go to Hy-Vee.com/perks.
Support local hockey and grow your business by becoming an Austin Bruins partner. With customizable packages featuring in-arena exposure, media and digital promotions, and more, your brand will be seen by thousands of passionate fans. Join the team behind the team. Become a sponsor today by calling 507-434-4978 or visiting austinbruins.com.
You finally got that new toy, shiny, powerful, and ready for adventure. But then... Oh, didn't see that, did ya? Or maybe your buddy Dave took your jet ski for a spin. And now it's at the bottom of the lake. That's where Americana Insurance Group comes in. We cover motorcycles, ATVs, watercraft, and RVs because accidents happen, especially to Dave. Protect your toys from yourself and Dave. Americana Insurance of Albert Lee, Ellendale, and Wells. AmericanaInsurance.com.
As the seasons change, so do things at the Pizza Ranch, located in the Northbridge Mall just off I-90 in Albert Lee. Now, senior appreciation pricing is all day Wednesday, not just for lunch. You can also get the buffet for just $11.99 from 11 until 11:29, Monday through Friday, with the early bird discount. Kids still eat free with a paid adult on Tuesdays, and the party rooms are available, seating up to 100 people. It's all at the Pizza Ranch, located in the Northbridge Mall just off I-90 in Albert Lee.
The friendly staff at Albert Lee's Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union reminds you that when you're in need of a home that satisfies your financial needs, let Trades and Labor Credit Union make it easy with checking services, debit cards, home equity loans, and savings options that will earn you more for your money. Visit Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union on Albert Lee's friendly south side. Open 6 days a week with social distancing for your safety and theirs. Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, providing financial services since 1958.
Howard 96.
And that's right. We're here at your Albert Lee Hy-Vee. It's another edition of Tiger Sports Saturday. I'm your host, Dave Nelson, and next to me right now is Amber Brackey, but she does not want to talk. She said Chad will do all the talking here in just a little bit on your Hy-Vee happenings for today. So we'll talk with Chad a little bit later on in the program. Like I said, Hy-Vee is our official home here for Tiger Sports Saturday. And if maybe you're out and about, stop on in, say hi. Check out all the great deals. This place is crazy today. Everybody getting ready for Easter tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. Of course, Tiger, we'll get into some Tiger sports here in just a second. But kids off Friday. That was yesterday. And I believe they're off again on Monday. So no school Monday again, especially for those parents that didn't know that, which I'm one of them. I didn't find out till Friday that there was no school on Monday either. So just letting you know that. But yeah, like I said, we're here at your Albert Lee Hy-Vee. Of course, our Tiger Sports Saturday sponsors are Hy-Vee here at Albert Lee, of course. And then Americana Insurance, the Pizza Ranch, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, and the Austin Bruins. And we're going to get into the Austin Bruins here in just a second. Another great evening last night over there at Riverside Arena. Bruins ended up winning 2-0. Tonight is another big game. Tonight, first place could be sealed. Right now, the Bruins are leading by 3 points after a win last night. They get 2 more tonight, and make sure that Bismarck does not get any. Even an overtime win. Like I said, we need to keep that up. And then next week, of course, I'm not sure who Bismarck plays next week. but we will have the Norsemen in town on Saturday night for fan appreciation. But like I said, we'll talk more about that a little later. Let's get into some Tiger sports here. Of course, this week kicks off with golf on Monday. So even though they don't have school, they will have golf. That's boys. There's a varsity duel at Greenlee Golf Course, and then the girls varsity and JV duel that was scheduled for Winona. It says that has been postponed. Tuesday, another big day for Tiger sports. Starting off at 4 o'clock, you got track and field, girls varsity and boys varsity. It's a triangular at the Hammer Complex. So if you're driving around on Bridge, make sure you are watching, because there's going to be a lot of traffic coming in and out of the Hammer Complex there. Baseball, you got the 9A game. They're going to be at Rochester against Rochester Mayo. Of course, varsity and JV, all of that's going to be at Rochester. We also have tennis. That's going to be here in town versus Rochester, both boys and varsity and JV. And then, of course, girls softball will be taking over the Power 96 airwaves and our YouTube channel, as well as our Boxcast and our website, so you can watch that or listen to that game. It'll be me and Mr. Mark Calderon, Caldy as we call him in the business. We'll be giving you the call at that. That's a 5 o'clock game. They're going to be playing against Rochester Mayo, of course, here in town at the Hammer Complex. It says Wednesday there is a musical at the high school auditorium. Looks like Chicago the Musical. Then Region 1 AA meeting will be up at Cabela's. That's at 9:30 in the morning. Thursday, baseball. Of course, 9A, JV, and varsity. They're all here in Albert Lea. Power 96 will have that coverage for you as well. And then girls, they are actually going to be over in Rochester against Century for that day. Friday, track and field, girls varsity and boys varsity. That's going to be at Triton. And then on Saturday, as of right now, let me just get over here to that. Saturday, the 11th, tennis, you got a JV and varsity triangular in Mankato. And then baseball, it does say that it's a doubleheader starting at noon against Red Wing, and Power 86 will bring that to you as well. We will actually be doing Tiger Sports Saturday live from Hike Field that day, just so that we don't have to set up, tear down quick, and be over there. Like I said, Tiger Sports Saturday will be from 11 until 12, and then we'll bring you that game at noon. Girls softball, they are actually on the road versus Red Wing. That'll be as well at noon. So that's what's going on this week in your Tiger sports. And let's get in. Like I said, we were talking a little bit about the Austin Bruins. Of course, last night, a big win, 2-0. It was a very good game. The Bruins did take the lead, 1-0. And then with just a few minutes left in the game, of course, the Bobcats pulled their goalie, and we got an empty netter goal to make it 2-0. So tonight, it's going to do it all over again over at Riverside Arena. So get on over there again tonight, as last night was a very good crowd, and tonight will be just as big. So with the Bruins, a very special Bruins insider today, as we're going to turn it over here to Mr. David Coyer. Here's your Austin Bruins insider for this week. Take it away, Dave.
Only a few games left in the Austin Bruins 2025-26 regular season. And at the time of airing here on Power 96, the Bruins are in the middle of a 2-game series in a battle for first place on top of the Central with the Bismarck Bobcats. And here to chat with me about this, the 16th season in Bruins history, is the Bruins President of Business Operations, Brian Schultz. Of course, I'm the voice of the Bruins, David Coyer. But Brian, you've been asking for quite some time, and we're finally having you back on the program. You are officially a repeat member of the appearances on Bruins Insider. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Thanks, David. I'm actually stunned that the outrage from the community hasn't overtaken our office, because I haven't been on more.
Sometimes I just ignore those types of comments on social media when people are asking for more Brian Schultz. I don't understand why they ask for it, but we are finally getting you back on here. And what a season it has been. The Bruins, as I mentioned, before the weekend are 1 point ahead of the Bismarck Bobcats in first place. Brought back a lot of the team, but it's shown on the ice. But you handle more of the stuff off the ice, the business side of things, and that's been going well too. I mean, you've been around the Bruins for quite some time. Where does this season rank in seasons that you have worked for the Austin Bruins?
In terms of attendance, this really reminds me of the first couple years of the Bruins. When the Bruins came to Austin in 2010, the first couple years were just, the attendance was huge, the community support was huge. Players were out in the community all the time, and we just had such a great atmosphere. And then, as you imagine, over 15, 16 years, things ebb and flow, and then we had the pandemic, and, crowds kind of got lost there in terms of, what we could and couldn't do during 20 and 21 and 22 even. But really, they've really started to come back the last 2 years, and now it really feels like it did in the first start of the team. The crowds have been amazing. I think we were talking earlier, and you said we've had 14 crowds in a row of over 1,000 people, which here in Riverside Arena, that's a lot of people. We've got a great barn that if you get even 500 people in here and they're vocal and they're loud, boy, it really creates a cool atmosphere. But we've been really blessed with the crowds, and we've had a lot of people come through the door, buy a lot of cowbells, make a lot of noise, and it's become a very, very difficult place for visiting teams to play again. So very pleased with that.
Dating back to December 6th on Teddy Bear Toss Night, 14 straight games with 1,000 people here. And, I mean, obviously the team's doing well. That definitely draws in a crowd. Last year, the team finished second place, made it all the way to the Central Division Final. Third highest attended season in team history last year. This year, building on top of that. What do you credit towards, obviously the on-ice participation, the performance, but, I mean, we have a lot of fun theme nights here. We have a lot of fun stuff to do at the arena, but what, I guess, do you maybe credit to seeing some of these people come back out?
Yeah, this, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on this broadcast with you, but, really the job that our front office does, and that would be Peter Theodos and you, David. You guys have just done an amazing job of getting fans engaged. I think our social media, your broadcast specifically has been incredible with the way that you've increased kind of fan participation in that, and the things we show fans during the broadcast, the things you talk about, the things we do on social media. I think that's super, super important. That results in fans caring about the team. That results in fans caring about the players and how they do. And when you care about something, you want to, get here and cheer them on. And, we are the business side, so I got to say this. It may sound a little jaded, but, we want them to spend their dollars with us. And there's a whole load of things that we talk about and how we can improve. And one of the things that we talked about this offseason was how can we keep engaging the fans, and how can we encourage new businesses to get take part in advertising and sponsoring the Bruins, and what kind of merchandise we can create to engage fans. And so you guys have done an amazing job. We would not be where we are today without the work you two have done. So.
And for those of you, obviously this is a radio show. I did slip the $20 bill into his front pocket, so that's where that endorsement came from. But you mentioned new merchandise, and that was a big thing this off-season. That was a little bit of a brainchild of yours, is the Bruins store, which both has now an online presence at bruinstore.biz, and here at Riverside Arena, fans can get a lot different merchandise that we've seen in the past, and we've seen a lot of fans repping that merchandise, and it's great to walk around Austin and just see a lot of Bruins merch. Where did the idea for the Bruins store come from, and how did that kind of come together this offseason?
Well, I think what's important to any organization is if they own and develop their brand and have the vision to develop their brand. And, Games People Play has done an amazing job with our brand the last 15 or so years, but I really wanted to take it to the next level. And so what we didn't have was an online store that out of town fans could come and look at our gear and see what we had and represent the Bruins elsewhere. So I wanted, first and foremost, something like that. But then I knew it was going to be important that we had a place in the facility to actually sell the kind of merchandise we wanted to. So we expanded the types of things we've sold. We've expanded kind of the look and feel of our brand, and it's really, really taken off. We've doubled what we've done in merchandise, more than doubled what we've done in merchandise in years past, and we've got a lot of really cool ideas on how to step that up even next year. But you mentioned the black ice. That was just we wanted to do something kind of special for the end of the season, postseason, and these black ice jerseys, which I think are super cool. If you like, kind of that black and silver, Raiders look, that's something we've never done here before. And so we wanted to do something super different that was going to be exciting to fans, and we did that with that. We've sold a bunch of, we've designed and sold a bunch of merchandise, and so gosh, it's been a lot of fun to me because I find that stuff really really fun to do, and I probably spend too much of my time in the evening, designing or coming up with ideas. So, but it's a lot of fun, and I think fans can look forward to ever-changing merchandise themes and ever-changing merchandise colors and schemes and you name it. So we're going to keep it exciting and engaging for fans.
Of course, the Bruins store here at the north end of the arena over by the Zamboni doors. You can always get your Bruins merchandise during Bruins home games. That Bruins store doors open until about 9 o'clock usually during games, Brian?
Give or take.
And so you can always get that. Or if you are listening online and you want to maybe not necessarily don't come to a game, or maybe you're out of state, you can go to bruinstore.biz. That's BRUINSTORE.BIZ. And then you mentioned the black ice jerseys. Bruins will be wearing those this weekend against Bismarck, and something that at the time of recording, haven't announced yet, but when this is airing, it'll have been announced. But we are actually officially raffling off some of our game-worn black ice jerseys. There's select Bruins jerseys that will be raffled off for the remainder of the season at Bruins home games. So you can come out to a Bruins game, get one raffle ticket for $5 and arm's length for $20, and you have a chance to win one of those really slick, really cool black ice jerseys, which, as you mentioned, the Bruins have had military appreciation jerseys. Obviously, the Paint the Ring pink jerseys are always a hit, but last year, gold alternates. This year, we went with black ice, and those have been pretty slick.
Very slick. I love the old, I mentioned it before, the old black and silver, and like I say, it's just something the Bruins have never done before. We've never had a alternate jersey that was outside of our color scheme. So other than, as you mentioned, the specialty jerseys. But so we wanted to do something fun and exciting for fans, and the black ice has just been a lot of fun to see the fan engagement behind that. And I will say, we're not so sure that those jerseys are coming back next year. And so it's important that if you're interested in those, you like them, and you want a chance to own them, they're not going to be auctioned off at year end. They're going to be raffled off. So you got to take part in that raffle. And we're already starting to see a ton of activity behind that. So.
Oh, absolutely. You're listening live here on Power 96, KQPRFM.com to Austin Bruins insider David Coyer with the Bruins president of business operations, Brian Schultz. And Brian, as I mentioned earlier, you've been around for a large majority of these first 16 years of this Bruins organization, celebrating the 15th anniversary season last year. And of course, looking down the line, hope the Bruins are here in Austin for the next 15 years. But there's been some stuff that's been in the news, talking about renewing the lease here in Austin and looking to the future of the Austin Bruins. Just wanted to get a couple of your thoughts on maybe the future of the Austin Bruins and what that might look like.
So I think the exciting thing is that we came to the city of Austin. Our 3-year lease ends here at the end of May. And so we started conversations going back into November with the city of Austin about what a new Bruins lease would look like and what we could do to make it beneficial to both parties. And so we've had a great relationship with the city of Austin. Jason Sehan, the new park and rec, I shouldn't say new, I think he's been here now two or 3 years. But so Jason, the park and rec director for the city of Austin, has been very engaging with us in terms of, hey, what would you guys like to see? What can we do better? And has given us feedback on what we can do better. We're certainly not, the perfect tenant. But I would say that it was a really exciting process. It didn't come without aches and pains as we kind of explored some different options for the team and the franchise. I think what fans need to understand is the landscape of junior hockey it seems to be changing daily. And so it's becoming like any small business out there, and not, take hockey out of it, any small business. You've got the challenges of making a budget, right? You've got a challenge of generating enough income to cover your bills. And so junior hockey is certainly no different with the rising costs in team equipment and ice time. And, you've got all of these things that the Bruins manage and work with on a fiscal year. So we came to them and said, hey, there's some opportunity here for us, and we would like to propose a couple different things. And so we've done that. I like to think it was very well received. We've had a lot of back and forth in terms of refining that information, but you mentioned social media and some of the news stuff in the newspaper, and there are some things that people don't understand about the lease, and that's just kind of what I wanted to chat a little bit about today, was just helping people understand a little better about that lease and where we're going and what it means to Bruins fans. So.
And, you touched on a lot of things. I mean, the ever-changing landscape of junior hockey. I mean, two big announcements in the last couple of weeks for the North American Hockey League. One, the North Iowa Bulls, who have been been in the Central Division for almost 5 years. They're heading back down to Texas, so it'll be a 7-team Central Division. Another big one is that players who play in any unsanctioned USA Hockey a junior hockey league that is not sanctioned by USA Hockey after September 1st are no longer allowed to play the rest of the season in the North American Hockey League. So ever-changing, all that sort of stuff. And in terms of here at Riverside Arena with the Austin Bruins, I mean, there's a lot of ideas that the team has, a lot of ideas that the city has to try and put money back here into Riverside Arena, make it a better place for not only the Austin Bruins, but the hockey community, which is a big hockey community here in Austin. So, I mean, if you can share any sort of plans for the future for the Bruins, for the lease, for anything going back into Riverside Arena, are there any things that you can share about what the future might look like?
Yeah, so and all of that was very well said, because it is just an ever-changing landscape that it's sometimes hard to keep track of everything going on. But in terms of our relationship with the city of Austin, so what was proposed and what is will be voted on April 6th at the city council meeting here in Austin is that the Bruins have, proposed a 5-year lease, and we've come to a verbal agreement with at least Park and Rec on this. So again, city council still has their say, and it's important that they do. But we've proposed a 5-year lease, which we're super excited. That'll take us past 20 years here in Austin, which I hope people understand how unique that is. There's not a lot of junior teams at our level that stay in one place for 20 years and have such a great fan following and history. So 5-year lease. And so the Bruins, as you might imagine, we've got a lot of overhead, and so we've asked for rent reduction. But the exciting thing for fans and for end users of Riverside Arena should understand is that money is not staying with the team. We're taking whatever the city gives us in terms of rent reduction, and we're putting that back into the facility, plus about another $10,000. So all told, it's going to be about $110,000 that the Bruins will then turn around and reinvest into Riverside Arena over those 5 years. And so, that's super exciting if you think about it. You're an end user, and maybe the locker rooms need upgraded. And when I say the locker rooms, I'm talking the locker rooms that youth teams use here and figure skating. And maybe it's we upgrade the concession stand, or, there's all kinds of things that could be done to modernize and improve Riverside. So it's important fans understand that, yes, the Bruins have asked for a rent reduction, but we've turned around and said, okay, if you give us kind of a little cushion on the monthly side, we'll turn around and annually give you more than you've given us in terms of rent reduction. So at no point is the city subsidizing the Bruins. At no point is this costing the taxpayer any money whatsoever. This is all just an interesting way. We call it rent to improve. So we're going to rent the facility, but we're going to help you improve it. So super exciting, super interesting way. And like I said, we've had some great support from city council members like Jason Baskins and Mike Postma and even the mayor himself and city Park and Rec employees. So I'm excited about the April 6th vote. I think it's going to go really well, and I think you can look forward to the Bruins being here at least another 5 years.
And I think, one thing that, when I think about this, and I've only been in Austin for a couple of years, but, with the Bruins, and I think what some people sometimes don't often realize is, obviously we're here to play hockey. We're here to win games. We have all of our sponsors, and we are a business who needs to make money, as you've mentioned a couple times. But how much having the Bruins in town kind of affects the community as a whole. I mean, with some of our partners, we have fans who come into town and they explore a lot of the smaller businesses, the smaller restaurants and establishments here in Austin, and staying at hotels, just bringing a lot of money into the community. And the Bruins do a lot more than just spend 2 nights a weekend playing hockey. So again, I've only been a part of now 2 seasons here in the long 16-year history, but I would love to see the Austin Bruins, obviously stay here in Austin long term. And we're coming down here to the final couple minutes here of Bruins Insider. So to turn it away a little bit from the future and from the lease and all that sort of stuff, playoffs are on the horizon. You've gotten to see a number of successful Bruins playoff teams, including some that have made it to the Robertson Cup final, but we haven't gotten that Robertson Cup banner yet, the actual Robertson Cup. What do you see from this team heading into this playoffs where they have a potential to be the number 1 seed coming out of the Central?
I think different than a lot of years here with the Bruins where you, and no disrespect to last year's team because we had a lot of really great players last year, but we were stacked on, let's say 1 or 2 or 3 players in terms of scoring. This team has a much more balanced roster in terms of scoring. We can hit you on all 4 lines. We have kids that are unfortunately sitting, who probably would be top 3 lines on many teams. So we're very blessed that way. Coach Howard has done an amazing job building this team. But I think what's important is we get you out here this upcoming weekend. Bismarck is in town, and we love to hate Bismarck. We don't like them. They're a point behind us in the standings, and so get out here, help your Bruins, get loud. Let's fill up Riverside and cheer these boys on to a first place regular season finish.
At the time of airing, excuse me. At the time of airing, this will be Saturday morning, so the Bruins have a Saturday night game, 7:05 puck drop. It's the team poster giveaway. First 250 fans through the door get a 2025-26 team poster, and we made it easy for you. There's also a post-game skate presented by KTTC, so after the game, if you get one of those team posters, bring it on the ice after the game, and you can have the team sign it as well. And then the final home game of the year, April 11th against the St. Cloud Norsemen, 7:05 puck drop as well. It's Fan Appreciation Night, $5 tickets for the entire night. We'll have raffles. We'll have a bunch of fun stuff planned for that game as well as we near the end of the regular season. Playoff tickets for the first round of the Robertson Cup playoffs are on sale now. You can get your tickets for any of these remaining games and any of the playoff games over at tickets.austinbruins.com. But a lot to unpack here with our president of business operations, Brian Schultz. Brian, thank you for giving the insight on that and maybe teaching some of our listeners about a few things that maybe they weren't aware of happening here in the Austin community. But as always, thanks for joining us here on the program.
Thank you, David. You do an amazing job with this. So hopefully everybody knows how lucky we are to have you.
I only had the one $20 bill. I can't slip you another one. But for that, this has been another edition of Austin Bruins Insider on the home of Austin Bruins Insider, Power 96 and KQPR-FM. I've been David Coyer, and we hopefully will see you here at Riverside Arena coming up. But for now, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Save more at Hy-Vee. Earn fuel saver rewards on over 1,000 items at your Albert Lee Hy-Vee with your Hy-Vee Perks card. Don't have a card? Sign up today. It's free. Go to Hy-Vee.com/perks.
The friendly staff at Albert Lee's Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union reminds you that when you're in need of a home that satisfies your financial needs, let Trades and Labor Credit Union make it easy with checking services, debit cards, home equity loans, and savings options that will earn you more for your money. Visit Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union on Albert Lee's friendly south side. Open 6 days a week with social distancing for your safety and theirs. Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, providing financial services since 1958.
Howard 96.
And we're back here again, of course, at Hy-Vee here, the official home of Tiger Sports Saturday. Of course, another great interview with Mr. David Quire, so make sure you get out to Riverside Arena tonight, as that will be a big game. And like I said, if my calculations are correct, we go and win tonight again, they should seal first place. So, but like I said, speaking of Hy-Vee, we got Chad Adams, of course, the store director here at your Albert Lea Hy-Vee. And Chad, this place is kind of crazy in here today. Oh, I got to turn you up. There you go.
Hey, you turned me up there. There we go. No, this week's been kind of wild, with we had that ice or whatever you want to call it scare there midweek. So people flocked in like crazy on Wednesday for sure when we had our fuel saver sale.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been a busy week. So just trying to get everything ready to go, and I think we're ready to rock. So
yeah, and of course Easter being tomorrow, everybody out here today getting their goods for tomorrow, and you guys still, I mean, if you're someone who wants to cook and do whatever, of course you have all that stuff here. But if you're not in the mood to cook, maybe you're too busy watching the NCAA stuff, you're going to go to the Bruins game tonight, whatever, Hy-Vee makes it even easier for you.
Yep, call us if you want us to help you with a meal that we can sure help you get situated to make it easy for you. You'll prepare it, and then all you have to do is just put in the oven in the mid-morning or whatever time you decide to eat. So and then it'll be ready to rock and roll. I mean, we have probably the two main ones will be our turkey breast bundle and then our Carb Master pit ham meal. So those are the two been popular ones for sure. And then you can add on or customize what you want from our bakery, whether it's rolls or pies or whatever you wish to have. So.
And if you want Hy-Vee to cook it for you, when do they need to have that signed up by? What time today?
They really need to get us to us the next couple hours, so
next
we can
couple hours.
Yep,
okay.
So make sure we can get it into us.
Probably be here by 1 so that they can definitely have everything ready to go for you.
Yep.
I know some people are just like me. I'm a procrastinator when it comes down to certain things. So
yep.
This is your fair warning. Otherwise, you have to come out here, get out everything, and you have to cook it yourself. So. What do y'all got going on this weekend? Of course, the fuel savers. You have over 7,000 items.
Yep, 7,000 over. It's actually over 7,200 right now. So we have that going every day. Which those items do change a little bit from week to week, but we do have a pretty standard amount of items each week. So really, the big thing is we have our 4-day Easter sale, which goes through tomorrow. So Pepsi 12 packs. $3.99. I mean, that's by far the cheapest in town.
Talking with Lon last night, the Pepsi driver,
yep.
And he said that's probably one of the best deals he's seen in a long time. And
yep.
And you guys are definitely going through a lot of Pepsi products.
We
right
are.
now.
Yep. The poor merchandiser this morning was going to town, and then another truck came by. So, but yeah, we have that, and Cool Whip, obviously, big staple for the holiday items. Whether if you buy a bakery fresh pie or a frozen pie, you wish, and then. Potatoes, think of Easter, right? Mashed potatoes and ham is probably the two main categories for sure. And then butter, which is also a staple, right?
I seen you guys were doing a good butter sale on there too.
$2.88 on the butter. And then, we got some other things, bacon, sugar, and then bakery brown and serve rolls. And but that's the 4 days, so that goes through tomorrow. But then tomorrow we have our Easter brunch that starts at 8 o'clock. So that's from 8 to 1. So just come out and see us. We'll have all types of proteins and side dishes, and for both kind of a brunch / lunch too as well. So
and that's $19.99 if I remember right.
$19.99 or $6.99 for kids. So come out to see us. Yep, come out to see us tomorrow. So we'll have a wide spread between bakery, pastries to all the hot foods as well, ready to rock and roll. So. the big thing is tomorrow at 2 o'clock we'll be closing our food service down. So so we are going to close early on our food service options tomorrow. So get out there and get us. We will still have obviously the grab and goes all still available for everybody to capture, but yeah, so we'll get through brunch and get things cleaned up, and then then the store is open normal hours.
Normal hours tomorrow.
Yep, normal hours tomorrow.
You know, and today is a good day to get on out here, get whatever you need. Plus, of course, you walk in and you smell that good food here from the Market Grill.
Yep.
You got it's what Saturdays the ribs are always on there.
Ribs
plus
are
a bunch
on.
Other
Yep.
stuff. You got your high chai and like I said, it's a good good easy stop because you're going to be walking through. You're going to get hungry, just looking at all the food. So take some food home with you, and
That's
it's
right,
already
Dave.
cooked.
Yeah, 100%. So, but no, a lot of good deals this week. Obviously, we have berries on the front page and Hy-Vee vegetables as well, and so we got about everything you can think of. I think it was over 8,000 items on ad this week. So
Holy moly!
So quite a bit of stuff. So it's never going to be a shortage. But Easter's here, so obviously I think about Easter. I think about we'll have some carved turkey and ham already carved up in a package already for you just to put in the oven. If you decide you just don't want to deal with it and just want a few of it, just plop in the oven. But then we made some extra breakfast quiche as well.
Okay.
So don't forget about that. And then we made some fresh strawberry cakes as well. So we have that. Come visit us at the front of the produce aisle. We have that sitting there, and plus all types of trays. And then don't forget, local's own Mrs. Jerry's. We have plenty of those mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and some of their gravy all labeled up, ready to go for you to just warm them up and serve tomorrow.
And
as
that
well.
is a nice thing, being where we're at, and of course it's a hometown business. They make it easy too,
Yep.
And you guys I know have a lot of Mrs. Jerry salads here, not only in the cold case, but like I said, throughout the store as well. And it's a lot of those. Are they on fuel savers right now too?
They are not.
Oh, they are not.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they are not.
I'm going to say get some potatoes, but I see there's a lot of other stuff with the fuel saver because the nice thing is you can just stop over at the gas station
Yep.
and fill your vehicle up because maybe you got to drive tomorrow. And with your fuel savers, that definitely will help save a little bit of money there if you are traveling.
Yep, 100%. And then if you got a quick and easy, you need to bring something tomorrow, we also have trays. So we have vegetables and fruit trays, and obviously we have Fiesta dip trays and so forth. So we have those all available in aisle 1 over here between produce and Market Grill. So, and then we have some pastel colored chocolate covered strawberries as well.
Yes.
So those are ready to go as well for you. We sold quite a bit yesterday, so the team made some more today. So,
And the deviled eggs, you have those still?
Yep, we have deviled eggs out there right now, so those are ready to rock and roll. So just come see us for sure.
That's when, like I said, with Easter and deviled eggs, because of course, if you have kids and you do the colored eggs, you do all that stuff. What are you going to do with them afterwards?
Right.
Yep. And like I said, but the nice thing is now, especially with all the plastic eggs and things that you guys have around here too, you're not maybe going to have those hard-boiled eggs
Yep.
left over. So you guys, like I said, took care of that for them.
Took care of it. Yep. So you got that, and then obviously we still have a selection of Easter candy still. So
Yeah.
come see us.
When does that go on sale?
We did mark down quite a bit of things today, so just come out and see us today and stock up and get what you need, and have a great day tomorrow with all the kids. So
I know that's one thing that just like after Halloween, if you want to get out here, probably Monday to get.
Yep.
Make sure you get your candy left over.
Yep, 100%.
I'm sure your kids will take all the candy, and you won't have any at home for yourself. Actually, we don't even have hardly any candy at home because we've already eaten it all. So I
Dave,
know
you need
we're
to
gonna have
replenish.
to get more. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to replenish for sure. So.
And then of course, like I said, a good cold weekend. It's going to be like 50 tomorrow. But if you're maybe you want to make some soup or some things like that, and like you guys, of course, with soup, the bakery, and you guys have one of the best bakeries in the area, and there's so many fresh baked items. Like I said, that's one thing you guys had changed here a little bit ago, or
about 9 months ago, yeah, about 10 months ago. Yeah.
Everything's made in-house now, so it's not coming on a truck, nothing like that. You guys make all that here in-house, and there's nothing better than a good good fresh piece of bread with some, especially the butter.
Yep.
And
That's
maybe
right.
you like to dip it in the gravy. You could dip gravy here too. I'm a big bread and gravy fan. So
Yeah. So I mean, obviously sourdough is one of those breads that just absolutely just on huge trend. So so come see us there. We got those, and Mike made some finger rolls and made some brown and serve rolls, obviously, and so a lot of desserts on staff, and yeah, so we should be able to take care of you whatever you wish to purchase to take care of your guests tomorrow.
That's right. And of course, you got some basketball. Or how you feeling about your Arizona team?
I still pretty confident still, Dave. Yeah, for sure. I don't know about you. But
I've been asked a few times, and Arizona they do look good, but anything can happen. That's why that's why you play the games, and I was trying to see here when are they? So
I think it starts tonight about, don't quote me, I think about 5 o'clock, 5:30, somewhere around that range, I believe.
Looking here to see.
But I think it's going to be Illinois and Arizona. That's my. But I don't know. Michigan looks pretty good too. That game's going to be. That could be the decider who's going to win the championship. Is that Michigan Arizona
7:54 tonight? Yeah.
You have to stay up late, Dave.
Well, I'll be at the hockey game, but like you were saying, that's going to be a really good game, and they can definitely score. Plus, the defense is really good.
Yep.
For both teams, so I
think that could be the championship winner
right
right there. I think between those two teams.
Yeah, UConn and Illinois, they play tonight at 5, but then Monday will be the national championship.
Yep.
And like I said, so yeah, make sure you get on out here to Hy-Vee, get your chips, your pop, all that, for a good couple nights of some NCAA basketball as well. So, and of course, you guys still have the all that smoked meat.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Dip and
Yep.
Oh, that's so good. The brisket queso.
Brisket queso, yep.
Like I said, I definitely, that is a very good option there. We'll go with your tortilla chips and all that stuff. But yeah, it's phenomenal. So
yeah, and then on Monday we have a fuel saver sale as well. So just kind of stay tuned. So get through Easter here, and then come back in and replenish whatever you wish to get ready for the week. So come see us on Monday as well. So it's 20-cent fuel saver for every 30 you spend.
Okay.
So you can definitely, if you get a cart full, you can definitely save some money at the pump.
And once again, on Facebook, you see people all the time using their fuel savers and getting really cheap gas. And like I said, right now with gas prices kind of going up on the rise, what better way? Like I said, you're going to fill your fridge anyway with food, maybe your freezer as well, and you might as well save some money at the pump.
Save it what you can, because like you just said, it's who knows what the retails are going to go. So
and
for sure.
the one really neat thing, explain your gas program here again that helps schools.
Oh yeah, so basically you shop, and then you just put your receipt in the bin at customer service, and you decide whatever you wish to, what school you'd like to for us to donate towards, and then we'll just take that dollar amount, and then we'll do a select amount from whatever you spend, and we'll donate back to whatever school of choice. So I haven't pulled it for about 30 days, so we'll have to pull it here soon and see what we can give out to schools.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that definitely is something very good you guys do. Like I said, not only for the average shopper, but also for the communities in the area.
To help them out. They're always looking for fundraisers for sure.
That they are. So, well, Chad, what's your big Easter plans? You just hang around the store? You got to work tomorrow?
I'm not going to work tomorrow, I don't think, but I'll be working from home a little bit in the morning. But yeah, I told the wife I'll make the whole Easter deal so she can just sit back and relax. And the kids and I think are going to do some cookies tonight, which we do have some cookie kits available still left up front here. But yeah, I think we're going to decorate some cookies tonight, and then probably watch a little bit of game, and that's probably going to be the night. So.
And then you'll be ready to cheer on Arizona on Monday.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens for sure. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. Probably the biggest thing you just read about is all the players leaving from that are going in the portal. Man, it's pretty wild to see how many people are moving around right now. So
it is crazy, and they even say what is this going to do for next year's NBA draft or for the draft too? There's so many kids going out there, and it's going to be a pretty big draft class.
Yeah, it'd be huge. I mean, I just look at like Iowa State women. I mean, 10 of their roster is in the portal. It's like, man, they have to get in the portal and really start trying to get people to come. So, but that's a large amount.
Yeah.
So
that it is. Well, Chad, thank you for stopping in here. Of course, Hy-Vee, proud sponsor here of Tiger Sports Saturday, of course, the official home. And hopefully no snow today.
Yep, hopefully not. So it looks a little cloudy, but
a little cloudy. So the road should be good to get on out here and get your food ready to go for tomorrow's big Easter festivities. So,
yep, make it happen.
All right. Well, Chad, thank you for stopping in here again. And with that, we'll get back some more from our sponsors here on Tiger Sports Saturday, live from Hy-Vee.
The race for first place is on at Riverside Arena this weekend. Your Austin Bruins hold a 1-point lead atop the Central Division as they battle the second-place Bismarck Bobcats in a showdown that could decide the top seed. Friday is your final Friday Family 4-pack night. Then Saturday, the first 250 fans score a 2025-26 team poster presented by Hy-Vee. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at tickets.austinbruins.com.
You finally got that new toy, shiny, powerful, and ready for adventure. But then... Oh, didn't see that, did ya? Or maybe your buddy Dave took your jet ski for a spin. And now it's at the bottom of the lake. That's where Americana Insurance Group comes in. We cover motorcycles, ATVs, watercraft, and RVs because accidents happen, especially to Dave. Protect your toys from yourself and Dave. Americana Insurance of Albert Lee, Ellendale, and Wells. AmericanaInsurance.com.
Save more at Hy-Vee. Earn Fuel Saver rewards on over 1,000 items at your Albert Lee Hy-Vee with your Hy-Vee Perks card. Don't have a card? Sign up today. It's free. Go to Hy-Vee.com/perks.
The friendly staff at Albert Lee's Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union reminds you that when you're in need of a home that satisfies your financial needs, let Trades and Labor Credit Union make it easy with checking services, debit cards, home equity loans, and savings options that will earn you more for your money. Visit Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union on Albert Lee's friendly south side. Open 6 days a week with social distancing for your safety and theirs. Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, providing financial services since 1958.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is threatening to rain all hell down on Iran within 48 hours if it doesn't open the Strait of Hormuz. This as the search continues for a missing U.S. crew member. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
To underscore the danger of these rescue operations, the Black Hawk helicopter that managed to pick up the fighter pilot was in turn hit by ground fire that injured some on board.
Weather may put a damper on Easter celebrations in some parts of the nation. CBS News meteorologist John Elliott.
Widespread winter weather advisories for the western lakes. Yes, that's ice, that's accumulating snow, and that's going to make travel treacherous there.
The Artemis II crew is rolling right along. CBS's Mark Strassman.
This crew is just having a remarkable run. A capsule that has aced its flight test, a moon that just keeps getting bigger ahead of them, and amazing images from space.
CBS News Brief from Allison Keys.
Howard 96.
And back here again, Tiger Sports Saturday live from Albert Lee Hy-Vee. I want to thank our sports sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, and that's bring you live local sports here year-round on Power 96. So 96.1 FM. Also on our free video streams, such as our YouTube channel, our Boxcast, and from our website. Of course, Americana Insurance, Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home, Southern Minnesota Branding, On the Spot Appliance, Arcadian Bank, Star Granite Works, GT Window and Door, Gutters by GT, the Austin Bruins, Alpha Orthodontics, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, Thompson Sanitation, Young Construction and Roofing, Nick's Meats in Hayward, South Main Auto Service in Austin, Freeborn County Solid Waste, North Star Power Sports and Marine, Shell Rapid Lube, The Overhead Door Company, Albert Lee Convention and Visitors Bureau, Ernie's Canvas, P&L Excavating and Complete Septic Systems, Derek's Preferred Auto in Blooming Prairie, Liberty Extreme Car Wash and Detailing, Jensen Heating, Plumbing and Air Conditioning in Geneva, Hanson Tire Service of Austin, Etc. Credit Union, Marthaler Honda in Owatonna, Design Ready Controls, Hy-Vee in Albert Lee, Jake's Pizza, Wasika Inc., Aero Printing, and the Community Foot Clinic. So thank you again to all of our sports boosters who help keep local sports on local radio. Again, our Tiger Sports Saturday sponsors, Hy-Vee here in Albert Lee, Americana Insurance, the Pizza Ranch, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, and the Austin Bruins. Getting into, like I said, this week again here on Tiger Sports. Let me just pull this up here. Of course, Tuesday, and hopefully it's going to start to warm up. I haven't looked at the weather here, but we do have Tuesday. We're going to have softball here on 96.1 FM and a free live stream from our website. Once again, our YouTube channel and our Boxcast app. That's going to be at 5 o'clock as your Albert Lee Tiger softball team takes on Rochester Mayo here at the Hammer Complex. And then Thursday again, we will be having baseball here live from Hayek Field, and that, of course, is at 5 p.m. as well as they take on Rochester Century. Saturday, like I said, we will be doing Tiger Sports Saturday live from Hayek Field as there's a double. It still says doubleheader, so we'll see how that all works out. But that will be against Red Wing. So a lot of Tiger sports here on Power 96 coming up over the next few months. Plus we'll have, as we get into summer, we'll have VFW baseball, American Legion baseball, the Albert Lee Express, just a whole bunch of sports here as we get ready. Like I said, looking at some of the other major sports, of course, Michigan versus Arizona, they're going to play tonight, as well as UConn versus Illinois. So that'll be a very fun night to watch basketball as well. And then the national championship will be on Monday. I was going to look here again. Of course, your Minnesota Twins yesterday, I tell you what, was supposed to be first pitch at 3:10, and they ended up having a power outage up there in the cities. Quite a few homes and businesses were without power. I haven't got to see if they figured out what happened, but your Twins did get going. It was just probably a little bit after 4 o'clock. We got to see the new Twins team, I guess, here for the first time in Minnesota. It was a cold one, I think 34 degrees. I had some friends that went up there, and they were all very bundled up. But the Twins, right away, it kind of looked like it was not going to go their way, but they come back and ended up winning very dominantly yesterday. As looking here, it ended up being 10-4 was the final score. They ended up putting, it was a grand slam in that seventh, and kind of from someone with that we didn't really know about, but Tristan Gray, he's the new shortstop there. Of course, everybody knows, Royce Lewis, he can hit grand slams. I think it might have been in the third or the fourth, had an opportunity and didn't get the home run, but ended up, was looking like he was going to hit into a double play, and the ball bounced a certain way, and ended up getting the tie ball game and safe on first. So one thing that I found really interesting watching it yesterday as well is the challenges now on with the pitches. That's a pretty neat new thing this year. So like I said, Twins, they're there. Still not, if you're looking at looking at their odds, they're definitely not favored by any means. Of course, kind of pretty tough now with the way that some of these teams are spending money, but still, we got a good team out there. It's looking like Bailey Ober. He actually did pretty good yesterday as well. 4 strikeouts for him. He did only pitch 4 innings, gave up just 4 hits, 3 earned runs with 2 walks. So, like I said, we know he's gonna get his rhythm back in there. Buxton, it's always fun to watch him as well. Cody Clemens. But yeah, like I said, a lot of new players out there. So it's going to be really interesting to get up to a game this year. Of course, after last year's fire sale, a lot of people don't really want to go see the Twins. So they're doing a lot of things to hopefully get people to go up there. Let's go look at Minnesota Wild. Of course, they should have everybody back now from what I know. They kind of was dealing with some injuries, and they kind of went on a little losing streak, but they're getting back to their winning ways. I know they did clinch a playoff, and so, like I said, that'll be kind of fun to watch. The other night they did beat the Canucks 5-2. That was on Thursday night, and today they're going to be over at the Senators for a noon game, so that one should be fun to watch as well. Looking at the standings for the Wild, they are 3rd in the Central. Like I said, did clinch a position there, but quite a few points above the Mammoth. So, like I said, they're sitting at 96 points. Mammoth are at 84. Stars and Avalanche, like they said, they're gonna still definitely be able to hold up there. Stars are sitting at 102 points, and the Avalanche is sitting at 108. So, like I said, that'll be a fun one to watch today as well. Of course, kind of chilly. But tonight, get on over to Riverside Arena, as the Bruins are going to need you there again today. Last night, like I said, was a very fun atmosphere. If you've never been to an Austin Bruins game, I would suggest to go. Even last year, we went to a couple games, really fell in love with the organization and what they do, and now we're season ticket holders, and we're looking at doing it again for next year again as well. Like I said, they just put on a great experience for the whole family, so get on over to Austin and really cheer them on tonight as well. We'll be there again. Hopefully my wife and son will be over there with us tonight as well. Like I said, it's just it's going to be a fun time to cheer on your Austin Bruins, as now they're sitting 3 points ahead of Bismarck for the Central Division lead. That's about all I got for today on Tiger Sports Saturday. I want to thank again, like I said, all of our sports boosters. I'm going to make sure I got to take this off. I don't want this to go. Normally I will do that differently, but I didn't. But yeah, Hy-Vee here in Albert Lea, of course, the official home of Tiger Sports Saturday, Americana Insurance, the Pizza Ranch, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, and the Austin Bruins. So I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter weekend. If you're driving, please drive safe. Otherwise, like I said, try to stay warm. It's going to be a chilly one today and tomorrow. With that, I've been Sports Director Dave Nelson here with Power 96. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you all again next week.